Good evening. It's been a long day. Long day. But very productive to say. I thought I would come on here and just say, hey, so I have a few minutes. Mm, And just kind of chit chat, see if anybody's here, wants to chit chat. So I'm gonna hang out for a minute and just see. But like I said, it's a long day. But today is Friday, and I know somebody's saying it is not Friday. Y'all, I know what day it is. It's my Friday because we're done for the week. Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry, but long day. Um, yeah, we're done for the week, and it has been one of those days where, or one of those weeks where it was just go, go, go all week long. And no, we're not going out of the house, go, but it's like I said, press the go button. And I had to, I don't know, Monday just started out like Monday, even though Monday is not our Monday. But sometimes, depending on how my husband is working, that kind of dictates what days we school or what days we school off or have off. So yeah. But yeah, Monday was one of those days where I was like, mm, yeah. I just I don't want to press the go button for nothing. But, you know, I get my run ins and, stuff like that and just go from there. I think those days that I I think for anybody, if you just have those days, because everybody has them, where you just feel like you don't want to. Yeah. And sometimes, yeah, it just takes, patting yourself on the back and just say, hey, let me just get up and do this. In the morning, I really hate to, and I don't like to use the word hate, but I don't like to feel that way because it sets up the whole day and it kind of sets up the mood. So maybe in the afternoon, towards afternoon, you start, okay, maybe I should just leave this. It's not as important and I'll get to it, but I'm the type, I'm really going to get to it, not just say I'll get to it, later or tomorrow. But in the morning, I don't like to do that. I just don't like to put things off because I will end up uh, forgetting stuff. I won't do that thing and some other stuff. So I try to make a conscious effort to just say, hey, um, it won't be so bad. And yeah, I think that's what happens when the what is that stuff? Oh my gosh, what does everybody get this time of the year? Homeschooling. Um, Burnout. That's what it is. Burnout. Um, you gotta change things up and just, when you want to give up, when you feel tired, change things up. Take a little break, but keep going. Find something different that is still going to give you the same amount of, really the same payoff, but, make it easier. You want to work smarter, not harder. So, yeah. But we have really, really been hustling this week on some stuff and making a lot of progress. So we're good on so much stuff. And yeah, we went to the library. And I don't really have too many topics that I'm going to choose from. I have just a couple things in mind, um, some resources that we could use, but kind of like not last month. When did we get these books? February. Yeah, I really did not. I was intentional, but I really didn't go in and in my because I go through the app and check out what's available and what's not, and have that on my list. I didn't do that. And I did that because I knew what type of books they were going to have out on the shelf, out on display, because it was Black History Month. I knew what kind of books they were going to have. So I made sure to take all the books off the top of the shelf. And I did that because those books need to be checked out. And once they see that those types of books, because there are a lot of books that, even though we have a lot of books, there are some books that we still don't have in the library yet. And the more they see those books, like I said, they're brand new when I get most of them books. They're brand new. When they see them being used, they will continue to sow more into purchasing those books. So that's why I made sure. Just like if I was going to Barnes and Noble, I'm going to get all the ones on display. I'm just take them all. So I pulled them all. I didn't really have to think about it. They were, they did really good with what they put out. And then a couple select few I did, actually get from the shelf. So, yeah. So this time I'm just going to special places. Um, I don't know, it's springtime. Talking about some spring stuff, science, water, weather. So maybe something from there. I need to pull up some new artists and something else I need to pull up. Oh no, I can't remember what it was. I think I'm gonna just let the kids pick whatever it is they're gonna pick. I'm trying to hear what's going on. So yeah, you guys tell me how you go about selecting books. You just go get anything? Are you? I talked yesterday about how we use the books briefly. Do you just go pick up any book from the library, um, and that's it for the sake of going, or do you actually use the books for other than reading? I'm curious to know that, and yeah, like I said, I'm excited about the what I'm doing with the curriculum. A lot, and yeah, a lot of those books I do use. I'm actually using them for research too. So I have to be very yeah. I can't get them all, but I have to be intentional each time I do, and I have to make sure that I get what I need. But sometimes I will go check them out again if we don't have them. And if if need be, I will buy. But for the most part, I have not that much of a need to buy. Let me see. Nope. I have much of a need to buy. So I think I have pretty much everything that I do need. But every now and then I run across something that has information that I'm looking for. So yeah. What else I want to say? I know I said I was going to get the question answer video out, or the answer video out. I'm going to do that. And also, I think it was last week I put up the homeschooling video with twins. I think it was last week. It might have been early last week. And I did clarify in the comments and I retitled it. I added to the title. That's because I did not I realized when I answered the question, somebody was watching the live and they asked what grade. And I answered the question and I did not realize what they were. I just answered it really haphazardly. But I held up three, but I meant to hold up four. And I was like, oh my, I told her three instead of four. And I don't know, not that it, it makes that big a deal, but it really does. And I'm going to show you guys what they're using and like, how it all works. It's all McGuffey related, but that is a four level, and there is a difference. And yeah, that's what we do. Like I said, we've been using McGuffies, and so that's what I use, and I don't have to buy anything, and haven't had to, and works. Everybody enjoys it. There's no pressure, but it definitely helps this curriculum to using McGuffies to is child led. It's to the child, and they can pretty much manipulate. Now, you guys see me, I'm vlogging it. Of course, I'm standing there and I'm reading it just as I'm standing there. But normally they do that on their own because they know what they're doing. So that's the only difference. And that really helps because I'm spread between four and the little two work together, and the little one is keeping up with the other one, which is good. And they require some time, a little more help. Once they do have it. I can't say it is a little chunk for the kids to read, not filling in the blank, but once they understand it, a lot of it is things that you probably already have been teaching. You just level up and they get it. And so for these guys, I just, explain a little bit. We work on we working on, and this book is right in front of me. I'm so lesson plan book is right in front of me. What are they working on? Digraphs and trigraphs and stuff like that. Capital letters and marks. We're still doing stuff like that. So yeah, and it's focusing on the handwriting, making sure it's neat, and their curriculum emphasizes that as well. Don't let them do sloppy work, and I'm just one for that. I just cannot, if I can't read it, it doesn't help. And my kids are really, man, we can burn through some erasers if we have to, but they're really good themselves because I got them so uh used to the handwriting. They don't like sloppy work, so they really take their time. And I am going to answer the question how long it takes us to school and stuff like that. um a lot of it does have to do with the handwriting because they are not trying to hurry up and scribble something on the paper. I would rather them to do part of a lesson neatly than to scribble some stuff on the page so they can hurry up and be done, because that is not helpful at all. They need to be able to read it, especially in math. So if it takes a little bit longer, then so be it. It takes a little bit longer. But today we finished everything that we needed to do, and it was like three. And yeah, I was doing my little happy dance at three because I really had some. I had to work, so I did a couple hours, and we get off of here, get them situated, and go back to work. Um, but yeah, I had It's Friday for me, and I was so happy to be done early. Let's see, what time do we start? At 10, I think. Around 10ish. I don't know. It might have been. Nope. Because everybody got up a lot earlier. So it was 9:30. Somewhere right before 9:30. So, yeah, trying to rotate through stuff and help everybody. And what did we do? We didn't do any history today, but we did history today. We did science today because we didn't do any science yesterday. I don't think. I can't remember. Nope. But everything else, reading, writing, arithmetic, that's it. And that pretty much takes up everything. So yeah, of course we do take a break or two. We had to read through some more stuff in the library books I want to go over, but yeah, and then we're marine biology and weather, how uh, the weather has changed, especially since it's been daylight saving time and stuff like that. Talking about weather on the other side of the world and the seasons and things like that. I don't know if you guys remember, I showed you guys a long time ago those scholastic brain banks that I picked up that were loaded with books and activities. Those things were like $125 a kit, and I ended up with, I don't know, some like 9 kits, not for $125 a piece. But those things are amazing for a science starter. I mean, just something really simple leads into a lot of discussion. That's why I really love those, because especially it does have the activity cards to go along with it. They have to write things, they have to think about things. So that in itself is nice. There's little experiments inside those books. So we try to do a couple of those every every day or so. Um, and then what did we do yesterday? I don't know if you saw this thumbnail. You could see, does your planner look like a roadmap? Because mine does. I have arrows going here and there and everywhere. And usually I don't write in, but I've been so busy that sometimes if I don't write anything, I won't write anything, and I'll miss, however many days. And I really don't like to do that. I like to keep up because it's a lot to write. Even though I date their paper, I don't like to have to, or their books, I don't like to have to go back if I don't need to necessarily. But I try to not go more than a week out, and then it's penciled in. I have to go through, and sometimes I just leave it in pencil. It doesn't matter. I just didn't feel like putting out the pens. But I shifted everything that I wrote in yesterday that they were supposed to do to today, and they kind of caught up. That's because we did history, and we had activities and crafts and stuff like that. So that was the focus. And so that's what happens when we get into I don't know, did I share with you guys yet? Nope, I haven't shared with you guys. I put it on Instagram. But when we get into projects like that, sometimes it takes a couple of hours. So we that is our focus. I don't say we're not learning anything, because most of the time it's cross curricular, whatever we're doing. We're building something that is a collective. The kids are talking, they have to socialize, to work together to get the stuff done. Um, there may be some math, there may be some geography in it. There may be some science in it, stuff like that. So I don't say, oh, we just didn't do anything but play all day, because that's not true. We actually do a great deal of work. And so we were actually working on the STEM project. So you guys probably saw the STEM project. If you're on Instagram, you saw one of the projects. And I finally put that up. But there are so many in just that one kit. And then we actually have two like that. So stuff like that we do. And I try to share. But I will vlog that. I started the vlog. And I didn't finish that vlog. I remember that. I did start it. So I'll get that up. But I'm just curious to see, like projects and activities and crafts. Do you all do crafts, projects? Um, yeah. Where do you find your crafts? If you do them, or your projects, where do you find your ideas? Is it some kit? Yeah, let me know. And also on that, I would like to include, because the curriculum, I'm working on a curriculum, I would like to include the projects, the crafts that we do. I just want to know from you guys, is that something that is of interest in this curriculum? Because it's there, but I can leave it out, is what I'm saying. It's already written in, but I don't have to include the crafts or the projects. So I'm just curious, just to see if you guys need some ideas and stuff like that. It's not anything that's major. Crafts can be as simple or as elaborate as you want them to be. I just say expand them, give the kids an idea, um, and then go with it. You don't have to be a crafty person to execute a craft. What did I show? What I showed you guys last night. You probably saw the totem pole, and you saw the canoe template. The canoe is not going to be a paper canoe, but if you can only make a paper canoe out of that paper, so be it. Don't not do it. We just add a little bit more because we like crafts. So I say, do how you want. I'm a crafty person. And in fact, Hannah, I like Hannah because Hannah's crafty. I do stuff like she, scrapbook and all that. That's me. That I had my whole little, that's just my thing. Something I do when I'm by myself. Have my little area set up, craft, scrapbook. So I'm a hands-on person. So naturally, I take that over to my kids and they do, whatever it is they do. So, yeah, and it doesn't, it's trial and error. It doesn't always come out right. Sometimes I follow directions from something. Sometimes I just make stuff up. I might get an idea. I have a child that picked up crocheting. She got really good at it. Um, just from a little bit that I showed her. So she, actually sells that stuff. You never know. The scrapbooks. My thing is, I like to scrapbook. I love the scrapbook. I don't have a problem with it. It is addictive. You can spend a lot of money. But what I also see is there are people that like scrapbooks but don't know how. I can say that there are people that will buy pre-made scrapbooks, just like pre-made planners. I meaning pre decorated planners. I love to decorate planners, but not to use them. I can decorate them really, really pretty. I just don't want to use them. I have no. That's not my thing. I can run a planner and be done. I don't have to have all the stickers and all the bells and whistles. But I can make it. I make it, really good. Um, I go into great detail. I use stuff just like my scrapbooks. Actually, I do use my scrapbooks, but I'm just saying I could make scrapbooks and just sell them. You insert your own pictures. Um, because I just like detail like that. And I was helping a friend of mine, get into that years ago, and she really enjoyed it because she wasn't a really crafty person, but she was like, you know what, I can do this, and she's a teacher. So, yeah, but I just, I wanted to know so I can, I just want a little input, and I'm gonna talk more about this curriculum because there are some things that, like I said, I have written things into it. And I just want a general, not that I'm going to take it out or anything like that. I'm just kind of curious as to what you guys are looking for. And then price point. Like, because the more I realize why these things cost the way they do. And yeah, they don't have to be, um, I don't know, the quality, the paper, that all that stuff makes a difference. And I'm a detail person, so whatever I do has to be good. I don't want nothing, I could say, okay, do you want it on a PDF? I can give it to you really cheaply, something like that. But physically, you're going to see, you're going to be able to touch. I'm going to show it to you before I put it out there. And I don't think I'm not going for, I'm going to give a choice. Not on this. I'm not going to give a choice. I'm not giving a, PDF option yet. I don't think I'm gonna do that. I'm not saying I won't, but I don't think I'll do it just yet. I'm not making anything downloadable yet. I don't think so. And yes, that is the cheaper option. Yes, it's gonna cost me more book form, but I'm already set to distribute, so it doesn't matter anyway. I already, that's already the money's been front loaded, so I just gotta put the stuff out there. So there's already a price set, and it's been it's pretty reasonable. Pretty, it's reasonable for what it is. And talking with consultants, so I'm like, okay, but like I said, I'll talk more about this thing and just kind of explain to you guys what it is so you can see. But yeah, it is taking a little bit. I appreciate the patience because I'm not working on one level. I'm working on multiple levels and multiple components in each level. Another thing I wanted to bring up because I have gotten questions, and quite a few recently, and I'll probably answer this in a question field too because I got this question. What happened to the cookbook? Cookbook. I got I did start working on the cookbook. The thing with the cookbook is what I'm seeing is everybody's putting cookbooks out. But see, my cookbook was not just going to be a book with some typed up recipes and a cover. Like I see, not that that's bad, but to me, it's like, okay, yeah, I could do that really quickly and, charge you $10, $12, night, $20 because I've seen, people do that. And I'm like, that's not what I was trying to do. I take pictures of things for reasons. So that takes a little bit longer to insert all those pictures and all that kind of stuff. And especially with the hard drive being messed up on the other computer, I have to retake some pictures. So I kind of that project I'm still working on, but it's sitting, but it's not a open to, if somebody want a recipe, I'll tell you a recipe. I'm not gonna type up some recipes and put it between some paper and say here. That to me that's not a cookbook. It's a recipe book. So I don't know, it is what it is. I just, I'm not I don't know, I'm a detail person. And it's not, it's not really for the money at all. It's just something I want to do. So I know a lot of people are doing it 'cause they have other uh, expenses and things like that they're trying to fund or whatnot. To me, if it was a just like this curriculum, if it was a money issue, oh, I would have this thing out in a hurry. I'm not doing that. And I told you guys yesterday, I had to hire somebody else, which obviously you got to pay to somebody else or somebody else's. So I'm not complaining because I can't do it all. And if I, really want this thing to, come together, um, I have to get on it because it's been a minute that it's been really set to go. So, yeah, at least some level of it, I can say. Some level. Not all, but some level. Anywho, God, privacy. I'm not getting an answer, even though I see people watching. All right, that's cool. But other than that, um, yeah, just trying to work on my own stuff. Those projects, I'm listening. Okay. Those projects, thank you, because I couldn't really tell. Um, my books and just working in general, because you guys know I freelance. I get tired. And I have deadlines and stuff like that, and sometimes I just I have, like everybody else, I have to take a break. I just don't want to only put this aside. I don't know. I must have been really tired for the past couple nights. I've been having some crazy dreams or something. I don't know. I don't even know. I didn't even sleep that long last night, and then insomnia. So yeah, but I've been having some pretty crazy dreams, and I'm like, I know I must need some more sleep, or I'm doing too much, or something. You guys ever have moments like that? I can remember these dreams, but then I wake up because I want to stop dreaming. And that's how I know I'm dreaming because I'm trying to get up. This dream is not making any sense. And I'm like, why am I dreaming about this? So I'm trying to, my dreams do tell me things. I'm trying to tap into them, but just they don't make any sense. And I'm like, I think I'm just doing too much. So I try to, I try to take breaks when I can. But all in all, it has been a good, couple of couple months. These, this year I can't say, there's no we're exhausted, we want to give up, any of that. We don't get the burnout. You know, if we tired, we're tired. We're gonna stop and do something else. Not saying that there's frustrations or anything like that, but there are more smiles. And if you guys really pay attention to the vlogs, you will see these kids smiling during their work. And that's just, I capture that because I want you guys to see, and so that you can pay attention in your day. You want to see those smiles. They might come in there looking a little, you know, perturbed, probably just because they don't want to do anything, or it's this or it's that. But when they put that pencil to that paper, they just start smiling. I got it. It wasn't even as hard. Just like pressing the go button when you don't want to do anything. I have to press the go button. Here you go. Press it. You know, it's sometimes we press the stop button because that's what it's time to do. But yeah, I try, like I said, I try not to, really invade their space too much, but I'm trying to show, you know, the interaction between us. And if you guys are saying, I know a lot of you guys say you're patient, you're calm. Yeah, that's real life because I can't, um, the camera is on, but it's not an act for you guys. It's what's going on. That's how we really do things because it's hard for me to, I don't know. If it was something awful, I wouldn't even be filming. For one, if there was a problem, I wouldn't film. But Yeah, I have those days. In fact, I have something I'm gonna put up in front of a vlog. You guys are gonna love it, and it's true to life. And the child that does it got a kick out of that because they know they do it. And I'm like, you do this just to aggravate me all the time. And we do have days like that. It's a little parody, but we really do have days like that. And yeah. It's like, and I know you guys are gonna have days. I mean, you do. Everybody has days. Everybody has a child like that. And it's like, for real? You really gonna do this? But like I said, patience is not that bad. It's not that bad at all. Um, not that bad. So hopefully that's a little, some little encouragement and stuff like that. Just pay attention to the details. Don't dwell on the negative and what is going on. If there's anything negative going on, don't dwell on that. Like you want to look for those little pockets of smiles, and they should really pretty much be smiling all the time. If they're sitting there and they're just, looking around, you're looking around. One, if you're on a device, I'm telling you, these kids know you have to leave your whatever somewhere else because they will check out. Once they know you're on a device or you're watching TV, they're going to check out automatically, and you're just sitting there working harder, not smarter. So, sometimes I I do itch to work. I'm like, if I could just get this little bit done, just because they're doing what they need to do, and I have to tell myself a lot of times, no, don't do it, because the minute I do that, I'm going to continue to do that, and then I have disengaged myself from them, and nothing happens, and it's going to take twice as long to get them back to where I was. So, I get through what I need to get through, and whatever I need to do, like I say, I do it afterwards, or I get up before them and I stay up late so I can get done what I need to get done. Um, and that's just it's a part of schooling. You really have to be selfless. You have to be selfless. It takes a lot because there are days where I don't know, my husband came in here the other day and um I didn't feel like, I know it's I know my moves and my changes and stuff like that, my cycle. Um you guys know that 2 weeks before thing, the older I get, it's more prevalent. So it's like they know, stay away from me. I don't want to be bothered. But I just, I said, look, I had a long day. I've been doing this and doing that. I know you've been doing this. I know you want to spend some time. But I've been on my feet literally all day. And I just want to sit down. You know, I don't even know what was on TV. I didn't even care. It was on some videos. It was just playing. And I'm like, I'm not even engaged in it. It's just on, but I just need to sit down and not be bothered. Because if not, I'm going to fall apart. And so he was like, okay, I'm not going to bother you. And it took a while. But sometimes I know, ladies, you don't communicate that. You tend to get upset and, or you give in to the spouse that wants the attention, and then you get upset because they're getting attention, you want that attention, and you don't know how to communicate, and that's a problem. You have to be able to communicate and say, hey, I need some time, I need some space. That is so very important, and the two of us, we're gonna do a BFF around that, because more often than none, that does happen. He gets like that. When you guys see my husband playing his video games, you know, we had and I'll probably bring this up, during that BFF, but he plays them video games. I don't bother him, because sometimes I need my time. Hey, and I let him play the game, and I get my little time, and then after we finish, getting our little me times in, then we come together. And yeah, I can't blame him because we told you guys how I was the one that started him buying the games. I bought the PlayStation thing when it came out, back in the 90s. So that was my fault. I own that. I'm not saying, I mean, he liked them anyway, but and I'd rather for him to be playing a game than to be out in the street somewhere. Okay? At least I know where he's at. Okay? Some of y'all I don't even want to say. My husband go to work. He's right here. That's all I gotta say. So yeah, if he out there, he got one of them kids, two, three, four, somebody with him. Um, and he at home at night if he's here. Anyway, yeah, but you want to have that time. Times uh I would say, okay, you're playing, a little bit too much. You know, it's like he said, oh, you're watching, are you gonna watch this? And it's like I know that's his cue for, okay, I need some time. We need to sit down and talk, that kind of thing. So I pay attention to him. But he also knows that if I got up one morning not too long ago, and for some reason the kitchen was clean, but the dishes were still in the sink. And I think because we went out that night and the kids did some of the stuff, but not all of the stuff. And you know how that goes. Anyway, yeah, they cleaned up before dinner and not after dinner. Anyway, and I was just saying to myself, I was tired and I was just saying to myself, okay, he's up. If that kitchen is a mess when I get up and he's down there playing that game, I'm gonna wake everybody in the house up. I got up, me, okay? I'm not saying I'm just perfect and nice all the time, but I got up and I was expecting to win, and I looked over, he was washing the dishes and all kind of stuff, and I was like, and I told him, I said, you know what? If I came down here and them dishes were still in the sink, I was gonna be hot because I knew you were over there playing that game. And he said, you know what? I knew it. That's why I got up and washed the dishes. And I was like, okay, so that made my morning. But sometimes they act like they don't care, and that's what bothers me. And it's like, really, y'all, I'm tired. Can y'all just, you know, nobody see? I don't know. But yeah, we're gonna talk, about that and how things, and I think that's. I don't know if you guys been following the BFFs. You see, we will finish sentences, each other's sentences and stuff like that, each other's thoughts. We vibe off of each other, and we can kind of feel when each other is fed up. And again, that's why if you watch the getaways and the date nights and stuff like that, that's why we do that, because if not, we will lose ourselves in these kids. So we have to make time for ourselves, um, without the distractions, because obviously the TV is a distraction and the game is a distraction. um so we can, we control ourselves, and that's just a choice. We choose to really away, from everybody. And it's like we're not even picking up on or anything. Especially if we're in for these rooms. You're not gonna, you're gonna sit there and actually put the time in and sit down and talk about things, and stuff like that. So yeah. But it's just, like I say, I think, I don't know, not everybody. I know. Well, actually, I do, and that's why that has to do with my homeschool book that's set for later this year. Um, Communication wise, I can't really. I'm not gonna say too much on it because it's in the book, but homeschool moms want a place to vent, and they tend to turn to the husband and think that husband's supposed to understand. or they come on YouTube and vent and not really understand, or they're coming to listen to something that's going to make them feel better, listen to people. That's why I don't come with negativity, even though I see the stuff over here. I see the stuff, on other people's channel. Yeah, I just, I try not to do that. I really don't, because it's pointless. Um, at the same time, everybody's entitled to their own opinion. If you don't like what I have to say, don't watch, but don't come over here opinionated, is what I'm saying. I share what I do. You don't have to pay attention. You don't have to listen. I'm not, you know, but I do notice that when I talk about things that are, it does put some people in check. They get all in their feelings. Like the other day when I was working out, um, I can't help if you get all in your feelings, because that's not what you're doing, but that's what to do. I'm just get up and do it. And I'm telling you that going to the gym is not going to give you any results. That's why you see people that have been in the gym for a year and haven't lost jack. Every week, oh, well, I lost 2 pounds, I lost this, I gained it back. That's why, because they're not working, they're doing nothing but building muscle. You have to sweat, you got to get up and you have to move. But yeah, I hit home and it hurts. That's not my intention. It's not my intent. I don't care whether you do it or not. I don't care. You don't have to run them out. I don't care, but I'm gonna get up and get mine in. But don't hate. So yeah. But yeah, I notice a lot of ish on YouTube too, but I'm like, you boo, just stay in my lane. You'll always be on point with your topics. Yeah. Thank you. And there's a lot of other stuff. I noticed the difference in the I talk about certain things, and I just, get people in their feelings, but it's like, yeah, my husband's like, that wasn't even, he's doing something too. It's not on here. We already talked about him. He had a gastric. But um yeah, then that was just something, his choice. He wasn't always as heavy as he was. And yeah, he just had a scare, and that's what did it. And he's been, working on now. Yeah, I don't know if you guys know, if you have a gastric, you're gonna have extra skin, just like me and all these C-sections. My deal is the skin. Okay, I don't have a serious problem. I just have that extra skin, and yeah, that skin does weigh. So I'm trying to not go under the, because I did talk about going to have the girls done, because I don't know. But I've been working on that. Um for a reduction. And that's just something that's been on my head for 16, 17 years. And I just haven't done it. And now it's something that I'm still contemplating, but kind of not, because I have a lot of major surgeries, and my last major surgery, I was not in my 40s. And I'm just kind of fearful. I recuperated really well compared to a lot of people. When I hear about their C-section, they say it's horrible. And no, no, it was not. It's not horrible. Um, but I'm thinking about recovery in my mental state, because I know going through menopause now is going to do something to my mental state. So I'm like, do I really want to do this? I don't want to end up depressed, because I have heard that. Trying to recover just for that. So I'm still weighing the pros and the cons on that. But anyhow, yeah, like I said, back to the good. I'm sharing the good stuff. We're sharing the good stuff, and we're going to talk about the issue with the homeschool moms wanting, somebody to vent and understand and things like that. Yeah, I'm just telling you, once I deliver the book, it's going to make you see. It's going to make people get in their feelings. That's what it's going to do. And that's what I want. That's really what I want. Some people are going to love it. Some people are going to be like, really? And the thing is, I'm not really coming like some people read stuff and they're really biased. It's a lot of what I see here. It's based on what I see here. It has nothing to do with me. I know what you guys, just from being in the community, I see a lot, and that's all I'm doing is interpreting. And it's through a lot of people, but it's also my own uh not my own bias, but just things that the I don't want to say the help, but the help part is very obvious. It's very obvious. There are things that I see people venting over minor stuff, minor. And that has to do with, like I talked about, the discipline of the kids. A lot of people are saying, oh, my kid, homeschooling, we're homeschooling. My kids are out of control. I can't control them. Huh? The simple answer, put the kids in school. But the issue is they're blaming homeschooling over it. And the kids was bad as all get up before we started homeschooling. That was the thing. They were out of control. Let's see, I got somebody in their feelings on that. But that was the thing. There was no discipline before you started homeschooling. But you want to blame homeschooling because you're in the middle of it and you're tired of the bickering and the arguing all day because your husband is gone. He's not trying to understand what you're saying. So, yeah. Um, but yeah, the book is going to definitely it's going to spark discussion. And I just want to give people a, hey, you're going to get a whole objective point of view on what I'm seeing. Um, I want to get a mommy tuck. I call it after I finish having the babies. Yeah. Yeah, the doctor did tuck me up pretty good after I had the twins, but that skin, it looked like, I mean, I could feel my stomach. I don't have a stomach, but the skin, man. I'm like, dude, this look like I got, I was just looking at a picture the other day. I was 33 weeks with the last one, the one before. I was not even that big. It was ironic. I think I took that picture. I'm gonna post it one day or put it in a vlog. I had her 2 weeks later. So yeah, I only made to 35 weeks. Um, my mom asked about you today. She said you need to write a book. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm working on it. I'm working on several. But a lot of the stuff that a lot of the issues that that are gripes and complaints, just like anybody, their gripes and complaints, it's just minor stuff. And it's like, you know what? Somebody else has it worse off than you. Don't complain. Um, don't complain. You don't know what the next person is facing. And it's little stuff that I see and I'm like, man, if I could, wow. I was reading something. One of who are we reading about? Oh, Elizabeth Freeman. She said if I could be, she was a slave. If I could be free for a minute, I'd rather die at the end of that minute. Okay, and that's very powerful. Very, very powerful. Just for 1 minute, be free, and then die. Some people, no. I want to be free, but I'm not gonna die after a minute. Hmm. So you want your cake and you want to eat it too, but things not running right. If it's not working, fix it. You can fix whatever it is. Don't complain about it. Something wrong. And no, it is not the end of the world. Homeschooling moms, if you put your kids in school, some of you are doing a disservice to your kids. And that is one of those lies that I'm gonna come up, talk about the lies that homeschool moms tell. Um, mhm, yeah. And I have seen, some of us, I'm not going to say who it is. Some of you guys probably watching. It's not bad because they would have never put it up themselves. Put it up themselves. I'm a fighting depression. Had to put the kids in school. On real. Okay. Full out depression, meds, and everything. That's not bad. That is not bad at all because she had to worry about the health of her well-being. You don't want to compromise yourself and then, compromise your kids. So, I like them. Prayers went up. They are doing things a little different now. And I'm just keep watching. I've been following them for years. But I know people in real life like that. I know people in real life. So I say, hey, sometimes you have to put on your big girl pants. Just like with your spouse. You got to put on your big girl pants. Don't let your spouse uh take your take your I don't want to say your confidence, but still your joy. You have to have some peace. You have to have your me time. You need some alone time, just like they do. Even if you're just going out for a walk, you don't have to tell nobody. You know, Sometimes that's a whole lot. I just want some time. I just want to get away. That's it. And you should have that respect. If you don't have that respect, you're going to have to go get that respect. They're not going to give it to you. You have to get it. You have to take it. And, you know, if not, I can't. Nobody is a ruler over anybody. That's a spouse or not. You don't rule over me. And I was in a situation like that where one person wanted to, and I'm like, hold up, you are not my daddy. And even if you were, you wouldn't be controlling me like this. And my daddy taught me way better to know that you are no good. So, and if he knew, he probably would, you know, I'm not even, not to sound violent, but yeah, he'd be trying to shake some sense into me. Um, don't let no man do that to you. So yeah, hence that relationship was dissolved. Y'all probably know what I'm talking about. But yeah, I'm like, you're not. I don't do that. That's why there's no head of household around here. We don't do that. There is no head. Yes, my me time is a must. I give to my husband, and he give me mine exactly. Yeah. Um, you fill in the gap. I stand in the gap all day, all the time. I stood in the gap for years and years when my husband was not here present at all. I stood in the gap. But a lot of times I had a lot of weight on my shoulders. A lot of weight. And a lot of women couldn't do it. It just, you have to be very, 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 very strong. And no support system. No support system. One of these days, I'm going to take you guys back to the last, you know, 8 years. These twins are 8. Yeah, they're 8. They're going to be 9 this year. A lot of stuff, 9 years, a lot of stuff went on. And I was on here at least 7 of those years. Yeah. That you guys didn't even know about. Not to brag or anything like that, but it was a lot of stuff I just had to strong up on to come through it. And to say, back then, was I gonna make it? Now I know the person I am. Okay, I'm not a quitter. I don't give up. My husband will tell you that. My kids will tell you that. So I knew it. My thing is, I'm not one that I don't like to. I like to know. I like to know. When is this gonna be over? I'm like everybody else. When is it gonna be over? Everything, every season, it's like I would pray and pray and pray for the season to be over in my life because it was hard. it seemed like hard. And, every season, seems like the hardest season. It's like every year in homeschooling, it seems like very, very hard. You're eager to start, you push your go button, but then when it's hard, it's like, okay, let me stop. Let's turn this off. We're done. It don't work like that. Things got really, really hard. I went through some terrible situations, some horrible situations, and I just had a straight face because I knew in the end that I was being kept. We were being kept, and I just kind of said, okay, one day I'm gonna be able to let it go. I'm these seasons. Once I make it through these tough seasons, it's all downhill. Actually, back uphill, but and yeah, like I say, every year it seemed to get easier and easier. I would look back and I'm like, okay, yeah, that year was bad. That year was bad. That year, but they got better and better and better, even though I was still seemed like I was still in the same type of situation. Some people just don't think like that. They don't pay attention. They continue to get in the same type of situations and things like that, same battles. It's a cycle. It's still in the home. The husband goes through the same thing, and so that's what I'm saying. You guys have to, um, that's a boundary, a respect thing. Um, you have to know your limits. So yeah, this definitely will be something that for the or at least for the homeschool moms, you guys will understand where I'm coming from, or not. In that homeschool book, you it's one of those hard realities. You might not like it, but it's the truth. So, and I don't care one way or the other. I'm not judging anybody. Like I said, it's just what I observed myself. And not saying all of it is bad and all of it isn't valid and things like that, but a lot of this stuff people just don't, they rather come on social media. Social media is really the gist of it. And I've never heard a lot of people say, oh, well, I just, because they keep coming on here talking about it. And I'm like, dang, well, if you just get off social media, maybe you can figure something out on your own. I don't know. Yeah. See, stuff like that bother me. That bother me. And no, I don't have to watch, but, it's sometimes it's people that I think the people that I don't think, uh, you know, would be talking like that. They do. So it's everybody does it. I guess that's a little rant, but that's crazy. Um, yeah, like I said, watch the kids smile. Watch their smiles. Watch your smiles. If it's that hard, you need to find another option. Put them in school. It doesn't have to be permanently. Hire somebody. And see, that's the one that nobody wants to. I can't afford. Yes, you can afford it. If it's really that bad, just like you took them out of school. It's like, people that public school their kids and talk about the public school. Well, you homeschooling them and talking about the homeschool. What's the difference? Hire somebody. I'm fortunate to, we live here. We can hire people. We can homeschool other people's kids. But yeah, hire somebody. If it's that bad, I don't know. Take, food. You got to start eating salad or something because that money's gonna come from somewhere. When you break it down like that, trust me, it'll be a different change, a different attitude in the house with among everybody. We got to start. We can't go to the movies. We can't do this. We can't do that because I need help. You know, they'll be singing a different tune. Anywho, oh man. I'm not gonna yes, I'm not going to again go too far into that. I gotta leave some good for the readers. So yeah, like I said, I'm working on multiple projects and other people's stuff at the same time. So sometimes stuff gets crazy, and like I said, I get tired and stuff like that. But I'm not tired. I'm working because I want to work. If I don't want to work, I don't have to work. She's helping the teacher out, teaching other kids. Let's see exactly. I listened to your advice, and I hired a math tutor for Michaela. She's a B student going on A. Okay, she's helping the teacher out, teaching other kids. Well, that's good. But yeah, I don't. If I don't want to, I don't have to, and I enjoy what I'm doing. So I'm not complaining that I'm tired. I'm just saying I'm tired because I do a lot of stuff. All day, just every day. I do a lot of stuff, and I need a break for real. I need vacation. I've just been so we've been thinking about Jamaica so much. It's like, come to me, Jamaica, come to me. We need a break. We're getting there, but we're not getting fast enough. We're not getting there. Like I said, this the struggle. Trying to get that house paid for next year, um, so we can start building on it. Yeah, this is the struggle year. We gotta work. We gotta put in some work. See, that's what I mean. You gotta work for stuff. I'm working out. I know I'm a certain age and I can't afford to eat all the stuff and think it's not gonna go somewhere. So I gotta put in the work. Okay, I have to put in the work. You don't like what's going on, but you complain about it. You got to put in work. I know I have to work. Like I said, I don't have to because I don't punch a clock. Essentially, um, we just don't punch those clocks around here. But we know that we have to work. We have to work hard for what we get, and if we want stuff, we got to work for it. So encouraging you guys to not give up, and just know that whatever you're doing, it doesn't matter how little. Sometimes you just go through seasons of life, and it's just a season. So take it like that, but know that it's a season, and you'll come through that season. But you have to actively work towards coming through that season. You have to recognize what's going on, and once you get past it, you have to realize that you're probably going to go back in it because you've been back in it, but you'll know how to, or you've been there before. You'll know how to come out of it, and that's contingent on yourself. You know, you have to it's work. You got to put in the work. So I'm going to get off of here, and I will talk to you guys. I don't know, maybe tomorrow. Maybe I might share with you guys what we're doing. What are we doing tomorrow? We're going to the movies tomorrow. So I probably will not be back on here tomorrow. Going to the movies. I'm going to see Anne Atwater, The Best of Enemies. So yeah, that's why I'm so happy because it's Friday for me. I'm going to the movies. Just forget that work. Oh, I got. I should. Yeah, it's payday. Hmm. Yeah, it's payday. I'm really happy now. Um, yeah. So anywho, yeah, it's bad when you get paid and you don't even care because you don't even need it. I don't know. I don't know. I guess that's a good thing, but yeah. Off subject, but YT just changed some rules. What did they change? I saw some. What did they change now? What did I see? Oh, God, I can't remember what I saw. They need to. Um, they really do. I know it was something about. What did I see? And I think I was gonna say something about it. I forgot to, and I just figured it's not that, everybody figured it out. I don't know. I know people talking about the comments disabled. You can't go live streaming on your mobile unless you have 1,000. Wow. Okay. Well, see, I don't. Wow, that's crazy. They gonna do all kind of stuff. I'm safe and all that kind of junk. But yeah, they're trying to. They just sent to my creator studio. Oh, okay. You can only do it on a webcam or desktop. Wow, that's new. They trying. The thing is, like I said, YouTube was not expecting. YouTube doesn't have the capacity. That's what it is. The capacity. That's why I tell people do not uh don't store your stuff. It's not yours. They don't have the capacity in cyberspace for YouTube. That's why they're doing this. And it's just too many people. Where's this stuff going to be, in 30 years? It's not going to be here. It just, people think the internet's going to, it's going to explode because it's just too much. It's too much traffic. So, yeah, they don't have the capacity for it. I'm going to have to read that. But, yep, I'm on my phone. So, yeah, that's it. I'm not being affected. I don't, and none of that stuff. I'm usually, I'm well past that stuff. But that's unfortunate for those that, you know, I guess don't have that freedom anymore. And I know y'all that if you are affected by that, come on now, this is YouTube. Don't get in your feelings over some spit. Okay, this social media. Don't get it's crazy. Social media. Okay, you're gonna have to pay for being on YouTube. Yeah, yeah. Because they're paying the creators and stuff like that. People selling out, like I say, people making a living on YouTube is doable, but it is a sellout process. And so if you are willing to sell out, and if you gullible enough to sell out, then go ahead. Because like I say, when the internet explodes, YouTube explodes, and all of that, and you didn't quit your job and you think you're gonna live off of YouTube, oh my gosh, for real. Really, everybody I know big has a job. Okay, they got a job, a legit job. They do not just sit here and do YouTube because they know better. At least one person in their household have a job, a career, or they own a business or something because they know better. So I'm like, you can't even I don't, this y'all watching this, people buying a house. That is, ain't nobody gonna guarantee you no loan on your YouTube income. Where do they get a house loan and a car loan? Where? Oh, I work for YouTube. I want to get this car. I want to buy this house. Where? If y'all believe that stuff, wow, that is not true. It's not true at all. Not true at all. I've been through how many banks? It's not true. And then I'm building. I'm gonna go buy me a house, and then I'm gonna go get me a car. Yeah, right. Mm-mm. You can't buy anything when you building a house. People be putting up those vlogs, and I'm like, you really must think people are ignorant. And some people call them out, but because some people just don't know, they just don't know. You can't buy anything until you close. Oh, and they're buying a house, paid the money, so it's theirs. No, it's not yours until you got the key. And while you're signing on them closing papers, they're checking your credit. Because if they see anything on your credit, any purchases, while they're getting ready to give you them keys, they're going to snatch them keys right back. So some people, yeah. People don't know YouTube is not stability at all. It is a yes. It can be profitable, but you have to be smarter than this to think that. Yeah, tell your mom, hey, clout chasing. Yes, y'all are watching replay. Tamara is the realest woman. Girl, yeah, I'm not the only one. Some of y'all, like I say, it's a lot of people on here that talk like me, but like I say, people get in their feelings. They get in their feelings about stuff. So, you know, it is what it is. Either watch or you don't. Take it like a grain of salt. But I can tell. I can definitely tell. But yeah, hey, mama. Tomorrow people are gonna be tripping in here because they can't go live. Wow, that's crazy, 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 crazy. Well, they'll just go to Facebook and Instagram, and like I said, but YouTube is gonna be doing some more stuff, which they should have. It's a lot of stuff going on, and they just let it pass and let it pass and let it pass. I don't know. I have no idea how. But maybe. Oh. So yeah, you just, for those that are watching, you got a little tidbit that I had not shared yet. I just, um, I just don't like to see people get upset like this over social media. Period. It's just, or even something said. If somebody telling you something on social media and you have to you're in your feelings, that's immature. You don't, I mean, you don't even need to be on social media. And that right there, I don't care. I said it. If you let somebody said on social media get you in your feelings, you don't even need to be on social media. Yeah. Yeah. Like, you don't know me. You don't know anything. You don't know. I mean, why would you get upset? Why would you get offended? Um, Jealous? Because that's the number one reason you're going to get jealous over something I showed you, something you saw, something I said. Um, I'm good. I'm not. I can walk outside. You could be jealous. I have other things to do. I'm not trying to make nobody jealous with you. Get your own. I'm not jealous of anybody. Girl, my life be too busy. Exactly. Exactly. But yeah, that clout chasing and I see stuff, I show stuff, I hear somebody else. Next thing I know, somebody else popping up trying to do something, show something. And it's like, I know they watched. Because sometimes people will say stuff verbatim and they had to watch. It's just off topics. But they won't say anything. And I'm like, really? Uh, but I'm not even going to say nothing. You had to watch me to come up with that idea. And it's not a coincidence. It's because it's too uncanny. I watch people real close. But anyway, it is what it is. Cloud chasing. Let me get off of here. Girl, good night. And tell Miss Michaela keep up the good work. And kiss those babies.